Given f of x equal p of x over q of x, where p of x is equal x into x plus 1 into x plus 3, and q of x equal x plus 3 into x minus 1. It is required to find the domain of definition. When we want to find the domain of definition of f of x, we must solve the denominator does not equal a 0. Why is that? Because if we cannot divide by 0, and if we get our calculators and divided 5 divided by 0, we get a math error. So as to avoid this math error, we have a condition, especially when we have a variable in the denominator. So we are afraid to get 0 in the denominator and to get math error. So to avoid this, we must put a condition which is denominator does not equal a 0. As it is, we take the denominator does not equal a 0. If the denominator is not factorized, we must factorize the denominator so as to solve it does not equal a 0. However, here it is in the factorized form, so we can directly take x plus 3 does not equal a 0, and not or x minus 1 does not equal a 0, and we apply normal calculation. Here we have x plus 3. We subtract minus 3 on both sides, thus getting x does not equal a minus 3 and x does not equal a 1. Note that x is defined for all values except 1 and minus 3. This is the domain of definition, or we can say x is defined for all values of x except this and this, the two values which are rejected values. Okay, why they are rejected? Simply because if I take 1, for example, if I substitute here, 1 minus 1 is 0. So we got 0 in the denominator, so this value is rejected. Also here, if we take minus 3, we put here minus 3 substitution, we get minus 3 plus 3, so we get 0 multiplied by another quantity, which is 0, so the denominator is 0. So here, 1 and minus 3 are rejected values. So we say x is defined for all values of x. X can be any number in the real numbers except ما عدا ال1 and minus 3. Another way to ask you to write the domain of definition, I can ask you for which values of x is defined. Either I can ask you find the domain of definition, or for which values of x f of x is defined. You will solve in this way by writing denominator does not equal a 0, getting the two rejected values, and then you write x is defined for all values of x except minus 3 and 1.